Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Anthem live stream. My name is Ben Irving. I'm one of the lead producers on the project, and today I will be your host for the stream. Joining me, we have two of our amazing developers. We have Francis and Leah. We'll have them do intros in a second. The topic of our stream today is going to be Javelin personalization. So what that means is all the really cool ways you can personalize the appearance of your javelins and make yourself look really amazing. So we won't be covering things like loadouts and gear and weapons. We're just going to be focusing on the appearance of the javelin. So, Francis and Leah, do you guys want to introduce yourselves, please?
Yeah, so I'm Francis Lacuna. I'm the character director on Anthem.
And hey everyone, I'm Leah Shinkiewski. I'm a producer here on the Anthem team.
Awesome, welcome. So for the streams going forward, kind of what Mike and I thought we would do is we'd probably rotate hosting the show, and then we'd bring on some of our awesome developers who know a lot more about the inner workings of the game than we did and are responsible for building it. So before we dive into this system, Francis, I just wanted to ask you, many moons ago when we were thinking about, hey, how do we want players to be able to customize their appearances? What was some of the philosophy that went into, like, what were you guys trying to achieve?
Yeah, so the nice thing was starting with the new IP. One thing we really wanted to do on Anthem was take some of the things we've done in the past on Bioware games when they came to custom your appearance. In a lot of our other games, like Mass Effect, with Shepard always looked great. The party always looked great. But when it came time to equipping new armors or upgrades throughout the game, the armors always looked a little less great. They're always a little flatter. The quality wasn't as good as it should have been. So on this, with Anthem, what we did was we established our visual target first, and then we deconstructed that and rebuilt the entire personalization system around that. So that all the stuff you see in all our trailers, our cinematic assets, it is built with the same tools that the players will have to customize their engine.
Awesome. And can we go in one level a little further? Yeah. So the next question is for you, Leah. So Francis and the team had these lofty goals of being able to do all this amazing stuff, which inherently is quite complicated. And you and your team had to build a system that's part of this. So before we dive into how it all works, can you tell us a little bit about how you guys went about designing the system?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think for most of our UIs and the user experience is really driven around the idea that it should be frictionless, easy to use, and sort of something that you can just spend time really enjoying the work that Francis has put together. So I don't want to say get out of the way, but essentially get out of the way. And so really what we've done here is the Forge, which is where you'll be able to customize your loadouts. We've put all these little interaction points on the suit, which are your jumping points into all the places you can customize your exo. And that's your starting point.
Cool. And so we're going to dive in here a second, but there's a lot to digest here. So do you mind, Leah, just describing what are kind of the main sections for how you can customize your appearance? And then we'll have Francis dive in and we'll get going.
Sure. So as you can see, Francis is sort of hovering around the different points. We've got elements that can change sort of the silhouette of your suit, and then elements that are going to be able to change how they look. So your helmet, your arms, your legs are all towards the silhouette. And then we've got things like, and the chest. And then, of course, your paint, your vinyls, and your wear state will all adjust the physical appearance of the suit. And then ultra special, very fun animations, which will be for your emotes, your landing ants, and the victory pose.
Broadcasting some stuff about this.
Awesome. So I think what we're going to try to do today is
definitely here.
We'll do the ranger,
and we'll
try for 3 appearances. And so Francis is just going to do his magics, and we'll all watch in awe.
Do you want to go to paint
but
first,
I think
maybe?
we're going to start with paint. But why don't you take us away, Francis?
Sure thing. So in the paint options, we have 6 regions on your exosuit that you can customize. They are very in-depth region. It's not just a color like how we've done in the past in our other games. It is a full material. So if I go into here, I can pick the main region here, and I can apply a physical material to that. So I can put the metal, pick for the fabric, pattern fabric, And so one of the things again here is when you're picking these materials, it's not just the color; it is the physical material, so that affect the reflectance, the smoothness, and the color of the material.
And
Awesome.
I love the patterns because they can have 2 colors.
I realized that I forgot to do some disclaimers.
Okay,
so,
Child of Light, you gonna be
shame
on
on
PC?
Ben.
Okay.
But a couple of disclaimers real quick. We're going to show you a lot of stuff that's in here. Not all of it is available at the very beginning. Some things you unlock through the game in various ways. We also today don't want to talk about how many things there are,
So a
how
lot of
you
the stuff
unlock
they're
them.
showing now
Are
is
there
only
things that you
unlockable.
pay for? Are there
It's
things
not
that
actually
you can earn
playable
in
when you
game?
get the game.
That's all a topic for a different time. We just want to focus on the really cool ways you can customize your appearance. So just wanted to make sure that was clear that you know, none of what you see in here is either the total amount or a subset of the amount. We're just not really going into that. We just want to focus on showing you guys a bunch of cool stuff today.
Yep, so what I'm going through here, is I'm just kind of resetting the default look of the Ranger.
You guys, this is customization to a whole nother level, man, because
white canvas to start with. So
the
random materials here.
you can actually customize the fabric your suit is made out of. Not just the color, but the
so once you've
fabric,
kind of
and then
picked
the
the
fabric
materials
texture.
that you like, you can go ahead and start picking the colors. We have a whole bunch of custom
Child
colors
of Light.
here.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yes, so you can actually make your own color palettes. As you see, Francis has been trying this feature out quite heavily. I expect we'll all spend a lot of time doing this. And you can use sort of any color you want. The full color wheel is available here. There's tons of really cool options, and as you create different colors, they're all saved into this palette so you can use them for later.
Yep, so I'm just kind of presetting some colors that I want to use here for customizing my Ranger.
I've actually never seen this much customization.
So while you guys are doing this, we also have AJ and Jesse helping us out on our community team, reading through the chat for questions. Please just make sure you guys ask questions as we go. I think the easiest way is if you all ask questions about the section we're in at the time, then we can answer them as we go instead of trying to wait till the end and do Q&A. So make sure you ask questions about what you're seeing right now. If you have questions on paint or materials, and we can direct them to Francis and Leah.
Look at how crazy this customization is. Like, not only you can do the colors, you can do the fabric, you can make it shiny, you can make it like, you know. All right,
so what are you trying to aim for here, Francis? Like, do you have a vision in mind of what you're trying to achieve?
Yeah, I'm kind of going for a bounty hunter look.
Cool. I thought you were gonna make me the Australian rugby union jersey again.
I can do that.
That's fine.
Maybe we can do that a little later. But we can certainly do that.
That's fine. I know when there's a no out there, Francis.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So one of the nice things is, yeah, once you've picked your colors here, you can go ahead and just pick any material, and the colors will store and they'll save, so you don't lose your settings. You can go back and iterate things on the fly.
Yeah, when you guys were trying to work out the regions, because I think it's interesting, we have the 6 different regions. How did you work out like how to split up those regions?
So here, just going through the regions from top to bottom, the regions are named in the same way that the artist had originally built the suit. So the Ranger suits have 3 hard surfaces and 3 soft surfaces. Again, the player can pick whichever region they want, but at least it gives them some guidance as to where these materials would look best. So I could go ahead in here and I could make this a metal, although it might look a little weird that if it's, for example, on a storm
crazy.
cape,
You can make it like metal or
it'd be
fabric.
a little weird to have a metallic cape, but you could go ahead and do that if you want.
I personally feel it looks cool, but as an artist it might be weird.
A metal cape, but it still flows, am I right?
It does. It's very shiny. There's nothing wrong
we have a
with
couple
being
of
super shiny.
We have a couple of questions coming through chat that I'll ask you guys. So, can you make custom logos in game?
No, you cannot currently make custom logos, but we do have the options to do vinyls. Do we want to go into that now? I mean, or do you want
So let's hold vinyls.
Yep.
Yeah, vinyls. are effectively what you're asking for. They're not custom. We have a whole lot to show you, and Francis will show that off later. So yeah, the answer is no for now. Will there be more and more things added once the game is live? So the answer to that is yes, absolutely. We're still trying to work out the plan for all of that, but our goal is to keep adding more and more stuff forever. As long as we can think of cool things to add, we'll add more stuff to the game. Final question for one of you guys at the moment that we have. Will the Legion of Dawn armor have all legs, arms, chest, and head as well?
Yep, so this is probably a good time to go dive into the Legion of Dawn. Okay, so
hey, what's going on, Space? How you doing, my man? Welcome to the
earlier,
live
we
stream.
have
We're just checking out this
pieces
the new
of gear, so
live streams that have been coming through
arms,
for Anthem.
the helmet, and the player can pick which
Really
one
interested in
they
this
want.
game. Really already pre-ordered.
Yes, I think an interesting thing you were explaining in a different meeting, Francis, was how these parts work. Like it's less about like equipping arms as much as a bunch of attachments that reflect the character model. Do you want to explain that just a little bit?
Right, so each of the exosuits, like the face suit underneath, the Ranger, the Colossus, the Storm, and the Interceptor, all have an iconic look, which is their lowest level form, and then all the part attachments that get added on top, they're topical, although you can switch out your helmet.
Cool. So you're putting the Legion of Dawn armor pack on, which is available to people that pre-order for the Ranger, and if you buy the Legion of Dawn edition, you can get the Legion of Dawn armor packs for all 4 javelins available at launch. So one question, so many people have seen the Legion of Dawn art on the website, probably not realizing that, hey, like that's the armor pack, but you can also customize it. Will people be able to make it look exactly like the image on the website?
Yes, so what players will do, what we will do is we will release a set of materials in here similar to this, and we will have them named Legion of Dawn, so that way it'll give the players some guidance as to how to replicate that look. So they can attach just all the Legion of Dawn materials to the regions, and then just pick the colors that they want to go with. It's pretty simple though.
Awesome.
It's silver and gold. You can't go wrong.
It looks amazing though. People are excited. A question for you, Leah. Can we save these personalization appearances to loadouts?
Yes, absolutely. So we do have a section where you can store loadouts for all your different javelins and edit them, change them if you like, and it will also store all of your gear and customization as well. So there'll be the full package for you to build on.
Awesome.
Bro, let's see.
Have a bunch more
Division
questions
2.
coming in. If you guys have things to say, just stop me and keep talking. But
Dead Alive. I haven't got that. I gotta check
what
that out.
are some of the ways you can unlock new colors or materials? So again, it's a good question. It's one of the things we don't want to get into today. So we're still working out for all of Vanity and all of our personalization options, how they're going to be unlocked in the game. And so we're not really ready to share that yet, but we can share that at a later date. It's a really good question. Just don't want to talk about any of it right now. Can you show how to use Legion Dawn appearances? Yes, that's what we're doing now. I think I just missed that question earlier. Apologies. Can you change the color of any of the unique appearances? Yes is the answer. So that's kind of what Francis is doing now with the Legion of Dawn armor packs. He's done a couple of different colors, which is really cool.
And I think certain materials, Francis, they have either just the paint color that you can change, and then all of our metallics have quite a few different metallic ranges.
So metal, with the way our physically based rendering works, is metal has an actual scientific value behind it. So if we start breaking that value, it tends to look not great in real life. Or at least in the game lighting scenario. So when you, the regions are contextual, so if you do pick a metal, for example, let's say I want to go with the welded ones. So if you were to pick these metals, you would get a different color palette range. So these are all physical, real-world metals that exist in the real world. So you have gold, brass, copper, nickel, tin, silver, tungsten.
Okay, so Child of Light says I play solo on everything.
So these are all based
already, man. Hey, same here, bro.
So a question while you're in this screen, I think maybe, is can you zoom and rotate, like if you want to see more of the character?
Yep. So you have controls to go ahead and at each level be able to interact.
I don't know about if Game Informer does that, Child of Light.
Awesome. A question was, will there be a randomized feature for colors?
That's a great idea. I will take that one back.
Yeah, currently,
so
not right now.
But the nice thing is on this we have preset colors, so the artists have already pre-selected a wide range of colors, so people don't have to every single time go through the color wheel and have to pick it for every single material. And just so people are aware, we've also added white and black values. A lot of people always ask for black.
That kind of ties into a question I had. So I remember early on we were trying to work out how the system would work to have a lot of depth, but also be simple for people like me who aren't the best with fashion. And we got to an interesting place where I think it's pretty straightforward for someone who doesn't want to spend too much time or isn't necessarily
that good Space World, I'm with you. I love
in making something look good. Do you guys want to describe a little bit, like if you're a kind of low-key person who just wants to do something quickly, how do we do that?
So usually when you're in your loadouts, so you will always, whenever you create a new loadout, you will get your.
I just go up in GameStop and stand there for like 30 minutes looking at the screen. That's what I do.
Anyway, so why don't we just go through this? So as you create loadouts, you can name them whatever you want. I don't know, Jesse, if you'd be able to type in.
Give us a name.
Give us a name.
Yeah, and this is a really, really great way that if you make a couple of things that you really like, you can swap between them easily. But you can also just do stuff like, hey, go to all 6 regions and make them all black, and that will just look pretty cool by itself. So you don't have to like go through everything and spend lots of time. Although if you want to, you can really make something that kind of reflects your personal style and flair.
Yeah, I mean, if I've got a whole bunch of friends playing here at work and I just want to get out, I'll just grab the default and change up a few colors. Typically all metal, very fast while they're waiting for me so that I can play my favorite Bender from Futurama look. It's always good. So no, and it's super quick. You're in and out while everyone's readying up. And you're also very shiny.
Speaking of shiny, you want to go into wear a little bit, Ben?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do have wear options as well. So again, since everything is built in a layered fashion.
That boy said, you can do it. Yeah, man.
Kind of built it in a way so that the players can choose how they want their exosuit to look. Do they want them to look all beat up? Do we want them to look dirty? Do we want them to look all chipped and painted? Or have chipped paint? So the players can go ahead and do that. Or just cover it in grime. It's a little harder to see here, so that let me just switch up the appearances. Since it is all material based, if you have cloth and you put stains on it, it'll stain a bit more like cloth versus if you had an all metal suit. The wear would make the metal duller. It would make it cover the way the surface response of the wear will react differently.
And I should also mention that you can, as we're looking at this, you can zoom in and out, toggle on and off the little interaction points if you just want to spend time admiring your suit as well. Is a few of the options we've added in there, as well as you can see, not in this screen, but in other ones, there's lots of options. So we've added filters as well if you want to quickly get into what you need.
Awesome. A question came through that we'll see. The question is, does this only affect your appearance as opposed to stats with things like the Legion of Dawn armor packs?
Elliot,
you want to, or Ben, you want to grab that?
Yeah, I can answer. So Basically, there's two big parts of the game. One is power and one is vanity. And so what we're talking about now is purely vanity, personalization, appearance, all kind of synonyms, I guess. So everything we're doing now only affects how you look. Separately to that, we have power, which is gears, guns, and a few other equipable parts that we haven't really delved into yet. And that's where you get your power and your stats. So we've really tried to separate that so that, you know, there's one part of the game that's all about becoming powerful, and then it's a different part of the game that's about, you know, changing your appearance to be the way you look. And again, how you unlock all of those things, I don't want to go into today, but for what we're looking at right now, it's purely for your appearance.
Yeah, things change, man. This game's
another question: can you apply a paint scheme to multiple javelins?
This is crazy.
No, we don't have that ability right now, but I'm sure as we go into live service, we can take some of that feedback and make this even better for you. But great idea.
Cool.
Mental
it
notes.
is a great idea.
Yeah.
I knew that answer was no, so I feel guilty asking.
Yeah.
That's
one of those ones I'm recording.
Man, I've been playing Mortal Kombat in a long time, bro.
Yeah, it's funny because there's a bunch of suggestions in here of things we don't have, and I think, you know, this is a really, really robust system. But obviously, like any system in any game, there's a bunch of things we'd love to do going forward to improve it. And so suggestions like that are really helpful for us. Sometimes they're things we thought about ourselves, but sometimes they're not. And so having those suggestions is great. So thank you all for asking those questions.
That's fire right there.
You know the
That's
answers,
fire.
But
I like that.
how many personalizations can you save per javelin? So I guess that means how many loadouts can you have?
I know right now we're looking at that. I believe it's currently set to 5, but expect that number to change as we go towards shipping.
Cool. All right, so let's take a little breath from questions for a second. Where are we at? I've been reading and not looking. What do you want to tell us? Where are we at, Francis? What do you want to do next?
We can probably look at the finals now. It's probably a good time if I get. There is a slight bug right now where when I select the loadout. I hope you're keeping track of this one, Leia.
Yeah, sometimes misbehaves.
Yeah. So yeah, we can go right into the finals here.
It's early. There's plenty of time.
So the finals again is to answer that question about the custom logos. So here we have the final system. So while we can customize your you can customize your javelin, and you can apply your materials, you can pick your colors. That's all nice, and you can come up with some really cool designs. But sometimes you just want a little bit more punch, maybe a little reward for doing things in the game. Just something that, in addition, you personalize your exo and give you a little bit of flair. That's what these finals
There's a lot of
fire.
N7 pluggers
right
going on
there.
in chat, so we might have to show that at some point.
I'm just gonna go around that. No. Yeah. And
a question, Francis. These vinyls, are they javelin specific?
No. So the vinyls, once you have the vinyl, it'll apply on any javelin you have. And it should, within reason, look as good as it does on one javelin as it does on another. Can't always account for every single nook and cranny on the exosuit. That this little stripe might look in the exact same spot, but it is as close as the artist can possibly get to making it look good.
Yeah, like the spirit of the decal works across all the suits, right? Yeah. Like I think they look really cool. I think you have a keener eye for it than many of us have.
Yeah.
So this is the one this is the one that we made for Ben specifically for E3 because he requested it.
I don't know there are any
we can put in
Australian
requests?
rugby fans. It's inspired by the jersey. It's obviously not the jersey. It uses the same colors, which is cool. I think this is what I use when I play every day. I know a question that's come up internally. I didn't catch it in chat. I think it might have been there. Was so you can change all the paint options for all the other stuff we've seen, but what about the vinyls? Can you change them at all, or how does that work?
No, so we actually did. We debated this topic for a long time, and we tried to put full control for the player to customize each decal or each vinyl. The problem with that is the amount of performance expense that it has on the system, where you're tracking more parameters, more data, which did affect performance negatively. And on top of that, there was an added complexity. So
Look at
you would have
the
to
difference
double
in
up every
the
single one of these
materials.
menus,
That is crazy.
so that the player would have to not only customize their personalize their exo, they would also have to go personalize their vinyl, which seemed like an extra bit of work for very little payoff, versus the artist just making, releasing these cool looking one-off items, which also it really does help to signify things like for challenges, to have these iconic looking vinyls, so when you see another player who's done something, you can see the vinyl that is associated with it.
Yeah, that's the part I was going to say. I think, there's all the technical challenges and the user experience problems with it. But I think even as a player experience, to that exact point, it's great when you can see something and identify it. Again, we're not really talking about how you get things, but an example might be you complete a really difficult challenge and get a cool vinyl. And then you can use that to show off to your friends that you got it. And if they can look at that and immediately relate that that's where it came from, and that's what it is, I think that's a really cool way to show off, even if it's a little humble brag. So the chat is demanding, and I'm sorry, they're demanding N7.
Okay.
So when the people have spoken, Francis.
Let me just.
But I can't remember. So last week, was it last week or the week before? It was N7 day. Who knows what date it is anymore. And so we kind of were randomly like, hey, we should make an N7 look and share it on social media for N7 day. That's really cool. And so did you make this then, or did you have it made already?
No, I made it. It was done the night before the 7th.
I thought so. Can you? So
yeah,
I don't know if we need to replicate the exact look.
Well,
you tell us.
Enough.
How do we
I will get it as close as I
final
can
look?
right now.
As Francis is doing this, AJ and Jesse, what are we like on time? I mean, we're happy to keep going a bit. You just give us like a 5-minute countdown when you need us to start wrapping up.
So far, so good, guys.
Okay, great.
We'll let you know.
So we're going to do N7. Is there anything big in chat you guys would like to see? Is there something that we haven't shown that you've seen in the menus that you think is cool, or something you think we might have missed that you guys want to see? This is an interesting question. I think the answer is no, and it might go into our cool ideas for the future. Is there a way to match colors to the decals once you apply them?
No, but that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
I
I don't know if we can add a color picker dynamically on top of the screen, but that would help a lot.
Do you want to, like, I'm not an artist, let's be super clear.
Yeah,
but I
you
don't
know
if
what,
you
it
want
does
the
kind of
same
remind me
colors
of
to use.
Well,
Warframe.
that's kind of, that is, I think probably the person who asked that was.
I think it's just
going
gonna
to
be a whole lot better though.
Yeah.
To the decal, so, or to the vinyl. So that is a good question. So maybe we'll look into that one.
Yeah, I mean, if you had it
Stuff for later.
equipped in the paint section, we could just have a section, like an extra section with related colors. So I am signing us up. Just kidding.
I might make a high-risk suggestion here.
Oh, okay.
For once you're done with this. So, chat is asking if we could see a different javelin. So, I think. So first of all, can we show a different one?
That N7
Question
is
mark,
fire.
right now.
Yes.
We were having
Yeah.
some problems earlier. Okay.
Sure.
So we still have problems. So chat, you get to demand. You have to type Storm or Interceptor, and then we will pick whichever one has the most.
Oh, good.
And also, please give some PogChamp for the N7 look, because Francis did it without rehearsal.
Yes, and I
So
got it wrong.
good.
I got it wrong.
You
That's
got it
okay. A
wrong.
little bit.
I can't tell.
That's close. Feels super close.
If you guys want to stay in the stream, then we'll definitely go into another one. The second
That
one.
feels like a pretty good deal. All right, so the votes are in. I've used my eyes skimming chat for 5 seconds to decide which one was most popular, and I think the Storm was the winner. So
Okay.
once we're done with this, we might swap over to the Storm, Francis.
Okay, we can do that now.
Do it.
Leah, question for you. So, all the suits are different. Is there lots of different setup required for the different javelins, like when you guys are building the system? Is there any complexity with that?
Yes, like each of them are set up with their own interaction points. They actually have their own names for each of the regions. Some of them have more picked regions than other ones. Yes, there's actually quite a bit of custom work that goes into setting up each of these, from the cameras and all that kind of stuff. Which
Awesome.
makes it all really fun and cool and unique. Yeah.
So what we might do here, Francis, is let's spend like just
So this
2
is
or
the
3
storm.
minutes.
This is cool.
Well, we already have a cool appearance.
Wow.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
you
Let's,
made
I don't know
this
if
one.
that's fine, but let's spend 2 or 3 minutes fiddling around, just showing anything you think is kind of cool or different about the storm, and then we might take a few more questions, and then we'll start wrapping it up because we're starting to go over time here.
Wow.
Do you want to try emotes?
Oh yes, let's do that.
I don't know what they'll do on the
Oh.
storm, but
Do we want to try it on the storm? Do we want to?
No. Let's.
Okay.
Well, let's. Okay. I think have we ticked the box of we saw a different javelin and it looked really awesome?
yeah.
I think we did.
Holy,
So
that one
let's
is
go
so
back to
good.
the Ranger. We're still finishing a bunch of setup stuff, so we want to show you guys some of the animations, like emotes and things like that, but we only check through them on the Ranger, so we just want to do that to be safe today. So let's jump over.
Oh,
I'm
you
just gonna
set up a
te-
bunch
I
of
am
these.
just gonna go ahead and tease
Teasing.
some of the stuff, 'cause why not?
That's the
Francis
Colossus.
is like, look, I know you're the host, but I don't care. I have things to show, so I'm just gonna go
Okay.
ahead and show them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we should've
You
been
gonna
doing
call
this
him
on my
Insane
account,
Bolt. Yo,
so
that's
Rob would
crazy, man.
definitely beat all my shiny suits for sure.
Okay, so we're gonna do the Ranger, look at some of the animation stuff, so things like emotes, but we're also gonna call 5 final questions. So the community guys will skim chat for the final 5 questions, and as we do this, we'll answer them as we go, and then we'll start wrapping up. So do you want to just talk through, Leah, first? Like, what are the sections in this screen represent?
Sure, so here you're able to set your victory pose, which is at the end of all of our missions. You get this really cool, fun, celebratory wrap-up with your friends, so you can set anything you want there. Your arrival animation is anytime you enter the game, at the start of missions, or you're helping other people and you make a grand entrance, so you can set your arrival animation. And then we have emotes.
Do we have any of them that we can show, or do we not want to show
No,
that
they're
today?
not set up in there quite yet, but we do
Okay.
have lots of emotes.
Something to tease for later.
Yeah. How cool you look when you enter the game is one for next time. But yeah, there's lots of really fun emotes here. Right now we've got 3 of them that you can use pick in game, and there's just all sorts of great ones.
This is my favorite one.
Finger guns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're kind of playing emote roulette right now because we do not have custom icons in quite yet, so yeah, but they're all working pretty cool, look great. Shout out to the team for sure.
Yeah, this stuff looks great.
So if you see these on the
That's now my favorite one of
Colossus,
all time.
yeah.
I haven't seen Kung Fu Form 1 before. I'm almost crying about it.
Yes.
It's so good.
I've heard the Colossus doing a backflip is quite fun as well.
All right, so I don't know, AJ and Jesse, if we have any of those questions coming through, we should probably ask them when you guys have a second.
Yeah, for sure. One thing, Ben, that I wanted to touch on, if you don't mind, and Francis, do you mind pulling back up the Legion of Dawn?
Yes.
Can we show that a little bit? So a lot of people have been asking about Legion of Dawn. We've got a link, a nifty link, on how you get all that stuff. Ben, do you have that stuff in front of you, or do you want me to go over it?
Yeah, we can talk about it real quick. So again, the Legion of Dawn armor pack is the thing you equip with your head, chest, legs, etc. As Leah described, it's kind of the things that change your silhouette. And so if you pre-order the game, you get access to the Legion of Dawn armor pack for the Ranger, which is what we're looking at now. Super cool. And then what I think is one of the most generous offerings in video game history, if you purchase the Legion of Dawn edition, you get the Legion of Dawn armor pack for all 4 of the javelins. So that's 4 armor packs, which is I think awesome. We're just really excited for people who, want to be early adopters to the game, to be really generous with a really cool look that you can celebrate. Like, hey, I've been here from the beginning. And so we wanted to make sure we reward that. The details are on the website. I don't know if you have the specific link, AJ.
Yeah, I think you touched on everything perfectly. We're still pulling some more questions from the chat as Francis toys around with this javelin here, and he's kind of recreating what you see in the mock-up there, which is really cool. One question we're getting, Ben, and this might be for you, some people asking about, and I know we're not talking about weapons or gear yet, but they want to know about, how that works. Are those part of what you colorize and stuff like that?
Sure. So, do Leah and Francis?
I could answer that one in terms of weapons specifically. So weapons do not receive colorization the same way as the exosuit. Weapons they will have unique looks and appearances. There'll probably be another stream going over that.
Yeah, John, this is really customizable.
Guns.
Yeah, and kind of same with gear. Like, there are some variations to how the gear looks, but that's based on the functionality of the gear, and so it's not tied to things that you can
this was
specifically customize.
some people from the
but you
earlier
can
stream.
tie them together in loadouts. So you can pick, hey, I want these 3 gear pieces, these 2 weapons with this appearance, and I save the whole thing as one loadout. So you might want to make the red dragon ranger appearance that's all red, and then you equip fire gear, and then you might want to make the frosty warrior. I wish I was more creative. And you make yourself blue, and then you equip the frost grenade and save that as a loadout. And you can then swap between both the customization you have of gear and weapons and the appearance can be tied together. So that's pretty cool.
All right, John, we'll try to get into some gameplay.
Next question, AJ.
Sure. We've got this one that I've seen a few times. I don't know if you want to touch on this. They saw the nifty N7, and of course we're getting questions about a certain other BioWare IP called Dragon Age.
So
Yeah. Well, go ahead, Francis.
no, I was going to say we do have Plaidweave in the game. So
I think the answer to all BioWare IPs that we own is, of course, we'll do shout outs and stuff like that to those IPs. I don't think we want to get into the specifics of all of it. We obviously made N7 because N7 Day was just a couple weeks ago. I'm sure we'll give nods to our IPs, as we go forward. So I'm sure you can expect to see things where it makes sense and where it's, appropriate. All right, let's do 2 more questions and then we'll call it.
Yeah, let's do 1 or 2 more, and be sure to drop them in there. We're kind of going through this, everybody, and thanks for joining us today. I do want to give a quick shout out to Leah and Francis, and I'm sure you were going to do this, Ben, but thank you guys for joining us today on the Anthem live stream.
yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
No, it's actually pretty
I'll do a
cool,
little bit of
John.
wrap-up
I'm about to
stuff,
put that up next.
as we get those final questions together. So, first of all, for those of you that are in Twitch, thank you so much for coming along. Make sure to follow the channel so you get notified of when we're doing streams in the future. It's twitch.tv/Anthem Game. I'm sure you know that because you're there right now. Both Mike Gamble and I will be kind of rotating hosting the streams probably. We'll kind of rotate week on week so we can bring guests in, like I said at the start. We'll try to share information about upcoming streams through Twitter, through ourselves, also through AJ and Jesse and our main channels. But feel free to follow us. I'm at Ben Ervo on Twitter, and Mike is at Gamble Mike on Twitter. As for the next stream, our goal is to do it in a couple of weeks. We're trying to get consistent with this stuff. We haven't announced a topic yet, although if you're savvy and on Twitter, you saw Mike posing questions out last night about what you guys would like to see next stream. So we'll have some announcements for that coming soon. Hopefully in the next couple of days, we'll give you some more clarity on what we'll do for the next stream. Okay, and then before we sign off, let's get the last two questions. So, can you change the color of the visor on helmets?
Hey, John. Yes, this is
That's
recorded.
a good question.
This is
Leo, do you wanna
pre-recorded.
answer that one?
The visor on the helmets? Is it yes? I think it's yes.
Okay.
Yes.
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 We're about to switch over to the gameplay.
I'm like, yes,
Can we do it?
Not now. No.
Okay. So we will be able to do it. Yes. Good question. I think we answered this question, which was, can we change the appearance of weapons to match javelins? So we talked about that already. Let me see if I can find a random question in chat.
And your gear does inherit the colors of your javelin.
Oh, that's
So
a great
that's the gear
color.
on
So
the
I
back
misspoke
here. Yep.
before. I said it didn't.
Yes.
That's a
so-
great clarification.
Yeah.
Awesome. A lot of the questions I'm seeing are similar to ones we've answered. So let's go ahead and call it there. First of all, I want to just thank everyone who was involved in putting the stream together. It might
my man.
seem
Thanks for
like
coming
we just
through,
turn
bro.
up and chat, but a lot of pre-work goes into this, and so we had a lot of great help from a bunch of production folk, a bunch of our QA partners. Francis and Leah put a lot of time into this. Jesse and AJ put a lot of time into helping getting everything set up. So thank you all so much for all of that hard work. Obviously, a special thanks to Francis and Leah for joining us. It was great to have you as the experts of all of this. I know that we couldn't have covered it as well without you, so thank you so much for coming on. And a final thank you just to everyone who turned up to watch. We've really loved engaging with our community so far. Everyone has been so supportive and encouraging. And if you have no idea how helpful that is for us as we're getting into the last little bit of time here to finish the game, it's great to have that support and that positivity that's in our community. So thank you all for tuning in. And then again, look to Twitter and other parts of social media for announcements on the next live stream. But once again, thank you all so much, and we'll see you next time.
All right, guys. So that was the end of the first stream. That was actually the end of the first stream. Yeah, I'm gonna make Predator. Listen.
I have seen the power of the Anthem. Destroy.
Alright guys, so now we're going to get into the second stream, which covered a little bit more actual gameplay. Again, everybody, welcome to a live stream, man. This is going to be one of the premier games on Apex Agents starting in 2019. At the end of the stream, I'll show everybody how to try to get into the alpha and the betas as well.
Hey everyone, this is our inaugural first time live stream from BioWare headquarters in Edmonton and Austin. We're going to be looking a little bit at this game called Anthem, also known as Anthem to some people. I'm Mike Gamble. I'm a producer here at BioWare.
And I'm Ben Irving. I'm also a producer here at BioWare.
And we're going to be showing you a little bit of gameplay today that I don't think has been shown anywhere else. We're going to talk a little bit about where we're at and kind of, just kick this thing off so that later in coming months and weeks we can really start to share more and more with the community about the game. Now,
right. And we're doing it because we hit a pretty big milestone, right, Mike? We hit Alpha.
Yeah, we hit Alpha.
Talk a little bit about that.
Alpha's dope. So, I guess what Alpha kind of means is that we have most, if not all, of the major features in the game. The game is running. The game is connected together as a cohesive unit. And some of those features may be near shippable. Some of those features may be less than that. But it allows us to take the next, three and a half months or so, Ben, to ship it?
Yeah, and it's really exciting time because it's the point where we start getting lots and lots of feedback. You know, obviously throughout this whole project, we collect feedback at different stages from various groups, but now's the time we can open it up a lot more. We can share more information with the community. We can start running certain tests and getting that feedback, which is really exciting for us because after a long time working on the game, it's amazing to be able to show different pieces of it to all of you.
Yep, definitely. And we kind of mentioned up from the hop that Ben and I are producers on the game. There's a massive development team behind the scenes working on stuff, and in the next coming weeks we'll be able to show you more and more of those folks. They'll kind of guest star on the stream, and we'll go from there.
Man, I was trying to.
That's crazy. Look at that cape.
You keep moving.
Sorry, dude. All right, so I'm just gonna flex instead, and then do my little thing. So Ben, last night we were going through this. We were talking about it. So our wonderful PR and marketing partners, they had some feedback for us about how to make this stream more entertaining. So what they told me, first of all, they told me not to wear a white shirt. So
I was gonna say,
awesome.
Step one, fail.
Yeah, no, fail on purpose. Step two, they told me to smile more. So I think both of us, we really need to smile a lot more during the live stream, and then everyone will like it.
I'm a very nice, smiling person naturally, Mike, so that won't be a problem for me, but you work on it.
Yes, I'll take my cynicism and I'll park it. Okay, so what we got here, we are in free play. So free play is a mode that you can select from the Forge, allows you to, as it says, you might be surprised, play free. I'm the Storm, here in my cool customized Storm.
And I am playing as the Interceptor. And in fact, I decided, given all the community feedback, that I would kit myself out with a melee build today. So as we go through and fight some things, we can talk a little bit about what that means in the context of Anthem. But we should probably jump off and fly, don't you think?
Yes, we will fly somewhere. Right. We're going to probably hit some world events.
I'm off.
All right.
So hey, remember yesterday when we were like, hey, Ben, you should go first because then we can show both on screen at the same time.
Yeah.
But you were like, hey, but you have to memorize where to go. And I was like, I'll totally do that. Like, I don't remember where we were meant to go.
So in that case, stop. Just
actually,
wait.
Actually, let's go here, go here, go here.
Wait. What are you doing? Okay. Oh, shit. Grab it. One down.
No, notice I'm not shooting.
Did the rest of them just leave?
Yeah, that's right. Why would they stay around? They're not weaponized. So I actually kind of remember where to go, but why don't you lead off here? Because I was going to mention one of the things I love about free play is that, you know, every time you come out into the world, you have a really unique and different experience. So the way all the creatures spawn and the different events that can spawn, it makes exploration really exciting because every time you go out, it's slightly different. So I'm tailing you right now.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Just trying to maneuver the Shaper relics that I see here. Underneath, you see my cooldown bar kind of flatlined there. Oh.
The Arcanists have sent out a request for some help.
Are you going to go the whole way underwater here?
No. I'm seeing a world event up here. Arcanists have requested some help. So world events are dynamic. Depends on where you are in the world.
There should be an arcane vault around here. Let's check it out.
And they spawn different things. Oh, search for an arcane vault. All right, so this is helping out the Arcanist faction a little bit.
Yeah, I took the scenic route. I'm a little behind, but I'll catch up. No worries.
It should open.
Should we open the... Oh, yeah, let's open.
Yeah, let's do it.
The tuning points should be around here. Find those, and I'll start matching the frequencies.
All right.
So do you want to talk a little bit? You're in the Storm. We were trying to show off abilities and gear that players hadn't seen before.
We can start.
Do you want to talk about what you have equipped?
Yeah, so I've... Oh, okay, I triggered the Scar attack, so let's just... Oh, there's a Scar.
Oh, do we have both now?
Scar drill, yeah. So, okay.
I'm going to dive in there, okay? Can you just cover me from behind?
I will do that indeed. So I'm going to use my lightning ball, which kind of bounces around, and I'll try and crowd control a little bit. Hitting... Buddy. I'm going to get some altitude. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, I got to back out a little bit here, but let me know when you're set up.
I'm set up. Hitting you from the top.
I'm gonna, so my third gear piece can debuff this big heavy here, so he takes bonus damage. So I'm gonna do that. You can see the beam of light on him. Did you die?
No, not yet. I have to run away. This is crazy.
Oh, we're about to lose the first event.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Should we try again?
Oh.
I'm on fire, so I can't fly.
Hey, what difficulty did we put this on, friends in PR and marketing?
Are we getting trolled right now?
Oh, we are. We're trolled in front of thousands of people. So this is actually freelancer difficulty, which is apparently the middle of the introductory difficulties.
Yeah, no, this should be good. This is the middle one. I think what we did is we triggered 2 events. That's fine. So why don't we just go this way and then just do it one piece at a time?
Yeah, we ain't running. So.
Okay, so I'm gonna get these scars here. Just gotta reload. Alright, I'm gonna charge in now.
Okay. So the thing about the storm here is my natural playstyle is to hover as much as possible and provide some remote support from the air. Of course, without a shield, I can't hover as long, so I have to recharge my shield, make sure I'm going up and down.
Hey, so this group of scar on the right, I think it's a good chance to use your ult if you can, and then I'll clean up whatever you miss.
Yeah, I'm gonna just get a little bit of altitude. All right, gonna pop my ult here.
Okay. I'm gonna come up as well. Just let me know when you go.
All right, gonna bring it all down now.
I'm diving in, going in. Nice, nice, nice.
All right, take out that heavy. He's right beside you.
Yep.
And then.
All right. So once we get these guys down, let me show off a little bit about this interceptor build. If we get if we ever get a break.
Yeah, we're nearly there.
Okay, I'm gonna get this flyer. The Scar Hunter, rather. Oh,
I got a cross
I'm about
effect.
to go down.
Are you? Okay, I'm
just
backing
gonna
off.
Duck out for a little bit here.
Backing off. So the Enforcer has to go down, like, and so I got aggro on him.
Okay, I'm coming. I just gotta get this Hunter out of the way so I stop getting destroyed.
So I'm gonna throw down a wind wall to protect me.
Yep. Okay, I'm flying over. I'm just gonna ult here as well, actually, to take the rest of them out.
Okay, and then I'll showcase the ult later with the stream folks.
Yep. Alright, so I'm on the heavy now.
Alright, good. Nice, nice.
My ultimate lets me become invulnerable for a brief amount of time, which is great, and then does a lot of melee damage to everything I can hit, so that was a nice little cleanup.
Okay, come help out. Wait for me, coach.
Okay, so that fly has a problem as well, so I'll try and show off the melee build a little bit here, so I can dash to him. Well, let's get the snipe. I can dash in and then use like a lightning kick, basically, as a 1-2 combo into melee. There we go, down.
Alright, nice work.
Nice, nice.
I got him with a lightning ball.
Okay.
It's on the ground, finish him off. Alright, perfect. Okay, we got a couple more stragglers.
Okay. Yep. So what, I don't remember what weapons you chose to equip. Do you know what you have?
I have, let's see actually. I have more of a, it's not a DMR.
Oh, you
but
have
it
a
is,
precision rifle?
Yeah, it is a precision rifle.
Yeah, I'm using the same. So kind of my makeup is precision rifles, so I can pick off any high value targets I want, and then I'm using like it's kind of like a double barrel shotgun merged with a auto shotgun, so it has 2 shots up front to kind of pair with my melee build. So I'm going to try staying close as much as possible.
So I have an idea for this world event. So because this is timed, so when we open the world event, we're timed, and I have to get the fragments back within a certain amount of time. So you focus on the spawns. I'm gonna just go after them and try and complete the world event to get the XP. Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good. And then if I get in trouble, I'll just call you up to come and help out.
Okay. All right. Going for them.
Okay. There's still a bunch of scars here. That's okay though. We should be fine.
All right.
At shooting points, matching the frequency.
I need 5 more. And like we said,
At shooting points, matching the frequency.
This world event is random, so we could have never planned this one.
At shooting points, we can start matching the
We certainly didn't plan
Also,
the first part of that.
Also, Owen, who our cipher is, needs to say a different line.
There it is. At shooting points, matching the frequency.
All right, good. Shut up, Owen.
Okay, you got him.
All right, got it. I got to return to the vault.
Yeah, I still got all these
Let's put those
scars.
frequencies to work. Stay close.
Okay.
Okay, dude, you
LinkedIn.
gotta, you might have to help me out. I have to do an annex here. So this part of the
Okay.
world event is I have to hold this area down. I'll do it from the
We
sky.
have to hold this area down.
Well, I'm not seeing you very. Oh, never mind. There you are.
No, I'm gonna use the rifle so I can stick back and help you with it as well.
Okay, thanks, dude.
If you have a wind wall, that would be super helpful.
All right, where do you want it? Right. In front?
Just
How's
facing
that?
the spawn point.
There you go.
Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. Thank you. So
Got
we
it.
showed off the
So it looks
storm
like they have
ultimate
armor
early.
also.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Get loot.
Oh, there's some loots.
Let's finish off these.
Yeah.
Scar.
We showed off the Storm Ultimate a little earlier. We didn't really talk about what it does, though. So, do you want me to explain it, or do you want to?
Yeah. So once I pop it,
Full speed too.
talk about it.
Oh, nice. We did it.
Awesome.
They're running away, I think, now. Yep, perfect.
That was tougher than I thought it'd be. Thanks for the help.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Oh, let's go down. Let's go through here.
Yep. What's about? Oh yeah, so Storm Ultimate. So Storm Ultimate's really cool. You activate a mode, and then you can drop 3 big area abilities. You drop a fire one, an ice one, and a lightning one, and then the 4th time you push trigger, it'll drop a meteor on top of all 3 of them. So it's a really good way to take out a large group of mobs and get a lot of crowd control going. And so you saw Mike do it in that first scenario where we were a little overwhelmed. He kind of got rid of all the low-level guys, and then we could focus down the big scar at the end.
Yeah, it's super helpful for crowd control. Oh, let's try going down here. Arden's Road.
Yep. I will follow.
I'm gonna go into this crevice here.
This is
I
a
am
massive open
actually-
world, man. Massive.
My heat's pretty good.
Yeah. I'll skim the water as well. Should be fine. So one of that kind
in
of
order to keep
advanced
flying, they
tactics
have to hit the
reversal is
water
working
to
out how
cool down their
use
suits.
Cooling things like water to extend your flight duration. Whether they're waterfalls or skimming the surface of a lake or a river or whatever, or actually going underwater.
Yeah. And as we're kind of flying through, question from Twitch. Other than traversing towards waypoints, is flight useful for situations like combat and support roles? Absolutely. So right now I'm actually playing a support role. You see Ben on the ground fighting in his quick ninja-like way. I'm staying above, trying to provide area of effect support.
Yeah, and I use it especially on close quarter characters. You know, you've got to reposition a lot in those combats, and you couldn't really see my screen, but a lot of the time I'm flying around to flank people or get behind them, even if it's just for short bursts. It's really useful.
Yeah. So we hit another world event here. A Shaper relic has gone terminal, so we need to gather the fragments with it. Crappy thing about some of these relics is the longer you leave them, the more they're likely to grow and explode. You basically have to keep them in check by attacking them. So let's see who's come to.
Do we need to find the echoes here as well?
Yep. So on my compass, there's a bit of a radar type thing in there. That's what we're looking to follow. So one says it's above and over here. Oh, up, there it is. One in the sky.
Yeah, I'll keep shooting the relic, hey?
Yep. Alright, so I've got 3 echoes. I'll go and deliver. Oh, and I crashed into a wall. Oops. Alright, 3 down, 5 to go. But that means I think that they're going to be onto us.
Yeah, a bunch of creatures just spawned to the west.
Oh, the Dominion. Okay, these guys are super tough, man.
Yep, so I'll just try to hold them off for a bit, but
Okay.
I'm probably going to need some help.
Okay. I gotta get my shield back.
We've got some creatures as well, some wolves. Oh, I'm instantly half dead. Okay, that is unfortunate.
Okay, do you need me to provide some air support?
Yes, please.
Alright. Oh. Okay, there's a Dominion Valkyrie over there. AKA a Dominion Storm. So
yeah, so the Valkyries have access to storm suits, and they're super powerful. So you gotta break their shields, knock them out of the sky, and then take them down. So we can either take out all the smaller ones first, and then get her last, or try to get the Valkyrie first.
I'm just trying to clear out the area. I was getting shot at. I had to launch a number of meteors or something. Nice debug text there.
Yeah, in this build that ultimate isn't finished. In a later build it is. Where do you see the Valkyrie? I've lost sight.
He went around the... Oh, he's out here. Around kind of the little church area.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'm gonna try to blink in and break the shield, and then let's take the Valkyrie down first.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab one more of these these wisps.
I got frozen.
Echoes, rather.
That's fine. Okay, her shield's almost down. If I knock her out of the sky, we can at least get a little reprieve from the frost attacks.
Yeah.
Right, and I'll just retreat a little bit, and then let me know when you come back.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back, but I'm getting shot at. Storm is not supposed to live on the ground.
Yeah. All right, so we can just clear a path to her, or do you? Yeah, let's just clear a path in.
Okay.
Oh, my shields are down. I think we're gonna have to just go nuke the Valkyrie first. Actually.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it. I will follow you.
My shields are back up, so.
Not mine. Let me just get
I'm
back.
on fire, so I can't fly. Okay, but I see her. You see her, right?
Yeah. I have to run away just very briefly.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Hi, everyone. Looking at the world. Almost dead. There we go. Okay. How you doing back there, Ben? You okay? Living the dream?
Negative.
All right, I'll come back.
But let's get in there. I'm actually good now. I'm good now. We just gotta knock her out of the sky. That's priority one.
Yeah. What's actually hurting me is the Shaper Relic that continues to go terminal. And then, of course, there's a Brute on the horizon.
Yeah. I'm just going in now for the...
Okay, right behind you.
She retreated all the way back here.
Yo,
Yeah.
what was
and
that?
now the Brutes are in.
Yo, that thing was
Gee
huge.
golly, I wish I sure had 2 more friends.
Okay, that's okay though.
If you can keep them busy, I'm going to try and take a run at the Echoes.
Yep, okay, that's fine.
But I might go down. Brutes are relentless.
Yeah, the Brutes are freezing me, so they have an ice attack, and if you don't dodge it at the right time, you'll get frozen.
Yeah.
But you can break out of being frozen by pushing A.
All the people on Twitch are probably like, the developers suck, man.
We are doing great.
Yeah, we're doing great. We just
Okay,
keep on telling ourselves that.
I got this Valkyrie down now. I'm gonna come back and help you.
All right.
There's one Echo.
Okay, I got one. Again, it
Okay,
was...
I'll get the Brutes here.
Okay, good
Yeah,
man.
causing too much. I'm just using my ultimate here. And just shut this out.
Okay, I'll help you out with the... Nope, no, I won't. Went
We'll
down.
at least do a classic camera pan so everyone can see my awesomeness right now.
Oh, yeah. I'm totally... That's totally my #1 thing.
I got a response.
Is it not
Oh!
priority?
All right. I'm terminal. I'm down. There's a Brute right in front of me, but I did deliver 1 more Echo, so...
Okay, I'm coming for you.
What? There's a Brute right there, dude.
Yeah, but we'll see. All for one and one for... Oh, no.
If we party wipe.
I hit a super fun bug, but because no one can see it, I'm not going to even say what's happening to me right now. But I will be right back.
All right, so I respond.
Yeah, I'm going to respawn. I actually found a cool bug where I fell through the world. As I was reviving you.
Oh,
So,
that doesn't help. That's why you failed? That's why you failed me,
yeah,
pal?
I'm taking a little time out here, and I will be right back.
Alright. So, in the meantime, I'm going to take on the forces of the Dominion by myself. Oh, I just got knocked out of the sky big time. So one of the things about the storm, when you're hovering, and if your shield goes down in a way that you guys just saw, I will crater.
Hey,
So part of my
Namzul, I'm
strength
with
is
you. That's what I'm
make sure
trying to
that I'm
do.
maximizing and keeping my shields alive. Because that's the key to me winning.
There's another brood up here. I think we clear the stairway, we should be pretty good.
Oh, there's a lot of frost hounds there too, though.
Yeah, I know. That's fine.
Do you want me to pop my ult?
Yes, please.
On the stairs?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Because I can combo off
Alright, oh yeah, they're all there.
Attacks. Yeah. Here you go. I should be able to get an aura here.
Oh, nice.
Nice, yeah. So the Interceptor has a special ability where if you combo with your melee attacks and kill an enemy, you get an aura that inherits the status effect. So like a fire aura or a frost aura. So I can run around and apply that aura to all the people around it. So it really incentivizes that high mobility.
Okay. I'm gonna go search for a couple more wisps while you
Yeah.
Oh, I found some.
I like that we've like identified our roles as I like to kill all the things and you like to be smart and play objectives. It's like how we,
but then at the
we
same
share
time,
this burden.
who's the one who's died already? It's me, so maybe the smart play isn't the best.
I'm about to die right now. Yeah,
Alright, one more wisp.
You gotta pick me up though.
Oh,
you gotta risk everything.
Alright.
See if you can put a wind wall at my body and then get me up.
Alright.
Should be able to.
Okay.
Unless you fly off the world and...
No. I'm just taking the...
Oh, you're flanking. I see.
Taking the easy way. Alright, just letting my shield thing.
I'm about to run out of time
Oh,
here.
I'm coming.
Leave no dragon behind.
Yeah. Alright, wind walled up.
Yeah, perfect. It's really good.
Alright, you're up.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna go get one more echo and let's finish this damn thing.
Yeah. I actually have my ult up again, so I'm just gonna use that and take up this brute. Oh, I didn't put in time.
Nice, done. See, one of the things I kept on screwing up is every single time I would go to an echo,
Looks like it was silenced.
Would you fly?
I would run right into the
Dominion out of here.
exploding relic, and it would take me out. So.
There's still two brutes here.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna go down again. Oh, I didn't see that. The other guy was behind the wall.
Oh, he jumped up. Might be able to get you.
Yeah, you'll get me. Then I'll go straight into my ult, hopefully. Yeah, okay. Ultimate's up.
You've got them on the run. Fine work, my friend.
Very nice, they're out.
Thanks, Owen.
They're out of here.
So Owen is our shared cipher. People don't know. We both have Owen as a cipher.
Yep. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, he's generally a nice guy. He has some issues.
You know what's funny? There are all these explosive barrels that we didn't take advantage of in this whole arena.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Alright.
Alright, so, man, that was really fun.
Yeah.
But is there anything we
There's our
didn't
good
talk
deed
about?
for the day.
We were just kind of chatting. I don't know if we missed anything.
So we talked about the Storm ultimate. We talked about your Interceptor ultimate. A little bit about customization. See my cool decal on it. What else? Oh, we talked about world events a little bit.
There were questions about the melee build. Just to clarify what that means, like I have 2 gear pieces equipped that I can use in close range that use like my fists and legs, and I combine that with my melee attack and things like a shotgun to build like a really close range build, so I can dash in and then do some cool stuff.
Yeah.
I think I said parts of that, but we got distracted.
Let's fly around just a little bit more and take some questions as we kind of go. So I don't know if we actually answered it properly. Flight is used for traversal, but it's also used for gathering different vantage points. Hover is a majorly important thing for many of the Javelin classes. Storm, hover is critical, and of course it's built into the design of the Javelin, where you can hover for longer.
Yep. And then even the other suits, it's really great because you can just get better positioning, you can observe the battlefield, you can use your gear from hover as well, so lots of tactical advantages.
But eventually you do overheat, and then you crater like I'm doing right now.
Yeah, you have to be careful. But I think that's the risk-reward system to it, which is great. There's a lot of different things to pay attention to, so I think for new players, it's really easy to pick up and have fun, but then also for advanced players, you've got a lot of things to learn and master.
Yeah. And in terms of my ultimate, the Storm's ultimate rather, we have, like we talked about, I'll just show it right here for everyone. So it gives me the opportunity to place 3 separate spheres. And then once those have been placed and primed, I basically hit right trigger to activate it and finish it off. It brings down the meteors or something. And
Yeah, the IP version of Meteor.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And of course, there's crafting material throughout the world, and there are wildlife to hunt, and then of course underwater caves to explore and different.
So I'm sure we probably have tons of questions as well from the stream. Do we have any that we could read out?
Hey guys, this is AJ. I'm going to read out some questions that we've pulled from the chat and Twitter today. This one comes from Lion Chris on Twitch. He asks, is the game okay to play on the controller? I assume he means a console controller, and as you can see right there, my Campbell is playing on a controller, but it will have keyboard and mouse support as well. Ben, you guys have done a lot of tuning and stuff to all that.
Fun. I mean, we spent a lot of time on controls. I think one of the really interesting parts of the game is we have more buttons than many games. If you think about it, we have gear piece 1, 2, and 3. We have flight, we have hover, we have sprint, we have dash, or the dash equivalent for each suit, jump, double jump, melee, reload, swap weapon, emotes, aim down sight, or tight aim rather, and fire, shoot. So between all of that, it's been really challenging to come up with a really great control scheme that allows for all of those combinations to work in a way that is really fun to play. You know, we've been doing a bunch of feedback testing, and one of the universal things that comes back is that the controls now feel really good. They certainly didn't, 9 months ago, but now we're at a point where I think it feels really great on a controller. I think PC players are used to having more preferences, and so one of the things we've made sure to add is the ability to remap key bindings. So for PC players, you can basically set up whichever kind of way you want. We've set a default layout that we think will be a good way to pick the game up. So I think, for both controller and PC controls, we feel really happy with it now. I think until you play it, it's hard. Like, people say stuff like, why don't you swap melee and reload or whatever? And I think it's really hard to talk about it until people get to play it. And so once people do that, they seem to give really positive feedback. But it's also stuff we can iterate over time if we need to make more changes. So overall, pretty good.
Okay, this one comes from Tokyo Adam 19 on Twitch. He asks, what kind of aerial trickery can you perform for air superiority purposes?
Well, there's always the good old reliable dodge. So everyone has a slightly different dodge. I'm showing you the Storms right here. Storm's all about blink and teleport, so that allows you to kind of dodge incoming fire. We also have the ability to do a striking air melee, so as you're kind of flowing in, you have the ability at any given point in time to attack the ground. Do that. Number of other ones, and of course every javelin has slightly different versions of that. Oh, we finished a world event. Oh, how we did that. Anything else to add there?
Being effective.
Yeah, effective at world event. Yeah, and of course the combination of flight versus hover versus melee versus dodge really adds dynamism into that. So there you go to show that. Ben, you aren't able to see my screen, but I just did a combination.
I imagine you're doing amazing things.
It was wicked. Flying and then into hover, dropping down for a lower vantage point, hovering again, flying. So you have a lot of usage of these tools, and bringing them together, pretty badass.
Yeah, okay. One of my favorites is the I'm in trouble. I do a spiral flight up into the sky and then drop a melee, air melee down is a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay. This next question comes from Gek196 on Twitch. How many actual gear slots will there be?
Yeah, I can field that one. So each suit has 3 specific gear slots. So on a Xbox controller, just to make it easier for myself to explain, you have left bumper, right bumper, and then left and right together. So typically, the way it works for each suit is you'll have about, at launch, 5 on left bumper, 5 on right bumper, so 5 different gameplay choices, and then 2 on the left and right bumper. So left and right are typically like offensive abilities for the most part. It's not always true. Sometimes it's crowd control. And then the left and right bumper together are kind of things for utility or support. So you heard Mike call out a bunch about using wind wall, which was a wind wall that would block projectiles. So it was like a barrier we could take cover behind.
It's right here.
My one is that I have equipped right now is a debuff. So on large targets, I can make them take an extra 25% damage. So again, it doesn't have to be defensive utility. Mine's offensive utility, and Mike's got defensive utility. So that's gear specifically, and then there are 2 weapon slots that you can equip. There's a couple of small restrictions for a couple of the suits, but generally you can put whatever weapon in whatever slot. And then you have your melee ability, which isn't a thing you can change, and you have your ultimate ability, which also isn't a thing you can change. So that's kind of all the things you have in your toolkit, as well as stuff like jump, double jump, dash, double dash, depending on the class you have, the javelin you have.
The one thing I forgot to mention at the very beginning. So on my screen, you're seeing little red squares. So that's actually a bug, an issue. Those icons just aren't showing up. Again, work in progress code. Those normally would have an icon. And I continue to show this, but it didn't really show up well in combat because there's a lot going on. This lightning ball that I have here actually bounces. And if you're super good, you can make it hit multiple enemies in one shot and look awesome, unlike what I just... what else we got, AJ?
Yes, sir. So this one comes from a very cool username, Zedekiah the Metasage on Twitch. Ooh. And they say, wait, so you can customize your javelin's look? Notice we've got some new looks on these javelins today. You guys want to go into some detail on some of that stuff?
Yeah, so you guys set me up.
Do you want to land so I can stand next to you so we can see both?
But the storm does not land. The storm hovers. All right, fine. I'll crash.
Shall not land. Storm lands for no man.
You can customize a number of different areas. First of all, I want to point out my extremely tacky cape that AJ from the community team gave me. Well, it's not tacky. It's just a matter of taste. Not something that I would wear normally in the street.
But look how well it's flowing.
Yes.
Isn't it flowing gloriously?
Oh, is it flowing ever? That's a little Paris Games Week humor for y'all. You don't know what we're talking about. You can basically customize with decals. Ben, do you want to walk through the things that I'm showing you in front of you on me and where those things are?
Yeah, so what we'll probably do is we'll host a stream to go into all the details of how this works. But just at a super high level, the idea is that power and vanity are separate things. So power is all about the gear and weapons I talked about a couple minutes ago. And then the vanity or the customization or personalization stuff is about how you look. So you can see here some of the choices Mike has. First of all, affects the silhouette. So the helmet, the shoulders, the chest, that kind of stuff. And how does that look? Laid on top of that, he's got a vinyl, which is a way to have a pattern that covers the suit. And then beyond that, you can pick specific colors and material types to customize the javelin further. So there's really a lot of cool choices to pick from. And like I said, I think we have to work out when, but
look at how the cape is blowing in the wind. That's crazy.
We'll do a stream that kind of walks through that so we can explain it in a bit more detail.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything, Mike? Was that sound about right?
Apparently, they just told me that mine's supposed to look like a P-51 Mustang. So.
Oh, okay. All
right. So I'll take that for the 6 people who really care.
I love P-51 Mustangs. That was just my personal choice.
All right. Thanks, AJ.
Sorry, Mike.
Thanks.
It's all about personal choice.
Yeah,
that's right.
There's no right or wrong answer.
So this one comes from Kaladanen on Twitch, and they want to know how you heal. They may not have been tracking how you guys were doing that during the stream.
Okay, so when any exo or javelin takes enough damage, they'll go down into a down state. And when you're in a down state, there's obviously a timer, and any of your friends' javelins can come in and can repair you, basically, and that you have to hold the button in order to do so. And after a certain amount of time, you can choose to respawn outside of the combat area. Obviously, you're not helping your friends as much, but there's benefits to coming in and repairing. There's benefits to gameplay that are granted when you come in and repair. I don't know if we're ready to talk about that stuff yet, but yeah, that's generally the way the mechanic works.
Yeah, and then kind of on top of that, because that was a great answer, is there's also ways to replenish health as you fight. So creatures will drop red health goblets in the world that you can pick up. And so javelins have both shield and health. So shield will replenish over time or by doing specific things specific to the javelin. But your health, you have to pick up the health globes by killing creatures. So it kind of encourages you to keep pushing forward in the combat, to be super heroic in nature. And that's how that works. To kind of clear a few things up, like there aren't specific gear pieces that do healing. That's not a thing we have in the game. The idea is that, like right here, we killed something. Oh, is it on? Is it just my one,
I
not
was
yours?
slowly killing him, but then you came in and just stole it all. So.
Okay, so I think, yeah, so I got a health globe, but you didn't. But basically, that's how you can replenish health as you play the game.
Okay,
in addition to reviving people.
This one comes from WhiteFang315. Will there be loadouts you can build for each javelin that will make them either more offensive, defensive, to kind of fill a gap you don't have a certain javelin, or fill a gap for a certain javelin in your group?
Yeah, for sure. So, kind of the idea of the game is that you pick like a play style you like with the javelin, but then within that you can pick a lot of different options. So again, like I went for a melee interceptor build, which was really all about close quarter combat. I have to move in fast, take out targets, move back fast. But I could play a long range interceptor, so I could take different gear pieces. So all of mine right now really center around getting in close, but I have other things like an ability which I can paint a couple of targets and stun them or freeze them from range. So that's a bit more support because I can do some control and sit back with a rifle and shoot from range and kind of control the play field so my friends can do damage. Same deal like with the Colossus, you know, you can play up close and personal with a shield and a flamethrower, and you're trying to kind of get in between your friends. Range with a mortar.
That's coming from their
definitely
stream.
Lots of flexibility there. Same with the support choices. You know, I picked the damage buff support choice for my third gear slot, but I could have picked a different one, which would remove status effects from my friends. So if someone got frozen, I could push it and it would clear that free status effect, and that's more of a 12 together is kind of up to you.
I found a chest, Ben.
Okay, so that's coming from the stream.
Let's take two more questions.
Dog Demon on Twitch, and they say the game looks tough without 4 players. Do you guys want to talk about how that works?
Yeah, so we are on a difficulty that is not easy. This is a pretty challenging difficulty. A couple things to be aware of. At your pace, it's still going to be challenging, and there's no doubt about it, just like it is for us now. But it is still doable. Anything your side, Ben, to add?
No, that's great. The only thing I would say is that we want to encourage larger group numbers. Like, you know, you inherently get benefits through the utility, the different options, the status effects each extra team member can make. So it is going to be I think, a more fun play experience to play with 4 players, and that's what we want the game to be about. But we are doing all the things Mike said, so that if you really don't want to play with 4 players, you can still play the game and have a lot of fun.
Yeah. One more question.
All right. It's tough to pick a last one, but we'll go. All right. It's tough to pick a last one, but we'll go with one more, and then maybe you guys can answer some on Twitter as well later today. But
Yep.
This is from Tarkus on Twitch. They ask, what loot is there other than weapons? Is there any armor, cosmetics, trinkets?
Yeah, so there is all the loot. I think it's really hard to explain it without doing the stream where we talk about all the personalization options, because a lot of the things I'll say, they won't make sense. So I think that's a great question for us to answer in detail later. The short answer is yes, there's a bunch of power things that you can unlock in the game or get through loot, like all the gear and weapons we've been talking about. In addition, there are other ways to earn rewards that affect your appearance, which you can get both through playing the game, through monetization options, through unlocking difficult challenges. So I think we can cover that in more detail later, but the short answer is yes, and those are the ways to do it.
Yeah. So to kind of wrap us up obviously Ben alluded to this, there's going to be more streams to cover more in-depth things. We just barely scraped the surface here with a little bit of free play and a little bit of the map. We've got tons of missions, a full story campaign, tons of side missions, Fort Tarsus. The game is pretty massive, so we'll have a lot of content to cover between now and ship. And of course, we wanted to thank you for tuning in and being awesome fans and wanting to promote the game. Follow at Anthem Game on Twitter. Follow at Ben Ervo on Twitter for Ben, and follow at Gamble Mike on Twitter for myself. And we constantly answer questions, and now that we did this, we'll be able to answer a little bit more. And we look forward to just hanging out with you guys and talking on a fairly normal cadence.
Yep. We are so excited to share more information. We know you all have been desperate to hear more, and now is the time for it all to start coming out. So we're really excited. And thank you, like Mike said, for being such a great community. It's really fun to interact with this community. So we're all really excited to be able to share what's going on.
Cool. And then we'll come on whenever we do next, which will probably be fairly soon, and then we'll smile more and we'll play more, and everyone will.
That stream was full of smiles.
I know it was fun. Thanks, Ben. You're awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. It's good to hang out and play with you today, man.
All right. Later, everyone.
All right. Bye, everyone. Take care.
All right, stream. So there you have it. This is the first two of the live streams, and I think that people have been missing them. I know I've been missing them, so I decided to go ahead and start sharing them with everybody because I know a lot of people are interested in this game. One thing that I really, let me see if I can. Okay. One thing that you guys will definitely want to do is you gotta get actually registered because there are people that are actually playing Anthem now. Okay. Yeah, my man X. The game is pretty cool. I really like it. I really do. And what you guys want to be aware of, right? Is that if you want to play the game, there's actually people that are playing it now that are in the alpha. Okay, and the issue that's come up is that. There's apparently been a lot of non-disclosure agreements that have been violated. I mean, people have gone in and streamed the game, or they have, passed out information which they should not have done, and so it's clouding up access to the alpha. Okay, so what you guys saw right there, there's actually people like me and you that are actually playing the game now, that are actually in the alpha, and again, it's becoming clouded and more difficult to get access because of NDA violations. Okay, what I wanted to do, and I've got to get off in just a second, I got to go pick up the kids. What I wanted to do is show you guys that if you go to the Anthem page, right? Let's see if there's I'll see if I can actually get in there and show it to you guys. It's still loading up kind of slow, so I'm doing this on my PlayStation. But I think it might be in demos. But essentially what I'm trying to show you guys is that you want to go in And if you're, I think it's if you're registered with EA Games or you've, registered with Anthem, few select people are actually getting access again to the alpha. Okay, that's my main thing that I'm trying to get across to you guys right now. That some people are actually getting in the alpha, but you've got to make sure that if you've pre-ordered. If you pre-ordered through online, it says that you're already essentially registered. But if you pre-ordered through GameStop, let me see if it'll let me get into it from here. Okay, so right here is a VIP demo, which is going to be January 25th on PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation. Yeah, I guess this is not going to work. I guess it's not going to work. So hold up, let me get this on the screen up. All right, I just put this up. So essentially, the game is you got to make sure that you get in and you do the registration. Okay. Access. I also heard this game is going to give Diablo 2 a run for the money. Yeah, I really think it is too, man. I honestly think that it is also. But again, it's going to be early access. There's going to be, VIP access. I'll just put this screen up so you guys aren't looking at the start now. Hold up. So, yeah, there's going to be the VIP access. And then there's also going to be access to the alphas, and man, that would just be really cool to be a part of. To see if we could get into the alpha, as a community here with Apex Agents, man. So whatever I can do to try to get you guys some information, I'm definitely gonna pass it along, and see if we can get a bunch of people that we know that play the Division or whatever, Call of Duty or Red Dead Redemption, wherever the people that have joined this community before, so that we can, find a game that we like, that's, that we have kind of common interest in. All right, so you guys make sure that you go get registered as soon as you can. You got to go to the Anthem official page, then you can get registered on there. If you bought the game from a retailer, they're saying, if you bought it from like GameStop or one of these other retailers, right, you will actually have to go back in or call in and ask them when they get their beta code, because it's actually not on the receipts. I didn't see it, and I asked them about it, and they're saying that they don't actually have the beta codes yet. Okay, so that's just something to keep in mind so you don't miss out, and you'll be a part of the early folks that get to test out the game. All right. That being said, everybody, listen, man, I got to get out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Just for the last 3 people, man, I'll make sure everybody knows I will be doing a Division 2 giveaway this weekend. A Division 2 giveaway. Yes, I will. All right. So, hey, that being said, man, I appreciate everybody coming through, man. I appreciate you checking out the live stream. If you're new to the channel and like the content, man, please subscribe. Drop a like on the video. It helps the stream rank up. And turn on that bell notification thing, man. Again, I appreciate you guys, man. This your man Apex. It's been good, man. Y'all stay tuned for more coming up later on today and this week. All right. Y'all be easy, man. I'm out.